and they're kooky, more crooked than a bookie. They're stealing all the booty, the Biden family. Their lives are pure corruption, their goal is your destruction. Complain, you'll face obstruction, the Biden family.
Cheat. Conceit. Petite.
So now a cultural war's on, led by a senile moron. We're gonna pay a call on the Biden family.
D&D presents the No BS Show. With your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Dock. It's the No BS Show. Take it away, guys.
Oh my God.
It's not COVID.
Oh, golly.
It's Winston's, not COVID.
Right.
I got the Winston virus. What's the vaccine for that, Doug?
Yeah, you don't want no vax for that.
No vax for that. They probably have a better effect, but first off, want to thank all our veterans. Thought you guys we couldn't do shows like this, and I want to thank our military overseas and homeland. Thank all our first responders, police, fire, EMS. I got a cold, but
Is that what that is?
police, fire, EMS, tow truck drivers, doctors, and nurses. Want to thank you. Yeah, the common cold still does exist. You know, bronchitis.
Oh.
It still exists in the world. The flu's made a comeback.
Now, do you have a fever?
No.
Yeah.
No. Everybody, well, you got the chills? Yeah, dumbass. I'm working outside, -3 wind chill.
Right.
I'm chilled from like 7:30 in the morning until 5 at night.
Right.
Yeah, I'm real chilled, you know. But want to thank everybody for coming on. First, Doug, before we get going, shout out to Big D's Pizza, Dean Henry. Just so everybody knows, when you win a pizza, and I made the comment, I think last week or whenever it was, and you win a pizza and you say give it to somebody that needs it, or a veteran or wherever. I made the comment, you know, Dean does do this. Well, just so everybody knows, there was 3 pizzas, 3 people won that were on hold, Doug. And they said give it big shout out to Dean. He sent them 3 pizzas over to Clyde Police Department the other night. And it's well deserved. You know, our police forces go through a lot of bullshit in today's world and under a lot of scrutiny, which I don't agree with. Most of you know me, know that I've had my fair share of run-ins with, you know, my younger days, and didn't always like the man in blue, but let me tell you something. They're, you know, they anybody that's a police officer in today's world, or retired police officer, did all them years, and younger generation going into the law enforcement field right now, my hat's off to you. You know, because you're taking it right in the ass, Doug. No other way to look at it. You're under scrutiny every which way you can. People having videos that you're not going to make the right move.
Right.
Anything you say will be construed 20 different ways. This isn't what the show's about tonight.
Yeah, but you know, I wish I knew you were going to go down this path, because we had something happen down here. I'll tell you when you're done.
But, you know, and it's a tragedy that you know, for a police officer to do their job now, you know, to pull a car over, they got to worry about Not just, used to be worry about what's in that car. 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, what have you, walking up to that car, pitch black or whatever, even daytime, you never know.
Right.
Now they got to worry about that, what they say, how they react, how, what person, there might be a person of color in the car, how they got to act with that, and different, it's, I mean, a person pulls a gun on them or they have a gun and they pull it out, now you're making a police officer, instead of his natural instincts, anybody's pulling down on them, they're thinking twice. We've actually went, as the United States, in my opinion, and our government, the direction we've went from letting a police officer do their job to putting that police officer in jeopardy every time they pull somebody over or go out on a call. And I don't think it's right. Yes, there's some bad cops out there, Doug. There's bad in every industry that we have. There's people that there's a certain percentage that taint the industry. That doesn't mean the other 95, 98%, 90 officers in this country are bad. And I think it's a tragedy. And thank you, Dean, for picking the Clyde Police Department. They're well-deserved. Right now in the world, police don't get any credit. They're the bad guys till you need them.
Right.
And when you make that phone call, oh, they're the best people in the world, until you watch TV 2 weeks later. Oh, look at let's cut the funding for the police. You didn't want to cut. You didn't want the funding cut when you hit 911 when someone was fucking with your house, Doug. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, so thank you, police. Thanks, Dean Henry. Good dude. Big D's Pizza.
Clyde, Ohio. So
Clyde, Ohio.
So if you have a problem with your police department, or you think there's corruption or whatever, I think it's the Attorney General that deals with that. And down here, the city is Steubenville, and they were turned in by multiple people for excessive force, for corruption, for all this other stuff. So the Attorney General came down, investigated, and found out, yes, and this was in the late 90s, like 96, 97, 98, somewhere in there. Yeah. And are you looking it up?
No.
I'm fact checking, Doug.
I'm not.
So they were put on what's called a consent decree. The government came in and run that police department for like 2 years, and then they were released on a consent decree, which outlines everything that they're supposed to do. I just wanted to give you the background to this. So last weekend, cops got called to a small little bar, and this guy they thought had a gun, but he's creating a ruckus. They want him out. When the police get there, they meet him right at the door, and he wants to throw fists right away. So the lone officer, takes him down, and he starts punching him, trying to get him under control. All kinds of outcry. So they talked to the chief of police, and they said, "Do you think that is appropriate?" And he goes, "Absolutely." And he's like, "Well, he was punching him." He goes, "Listen, everything that my officer did was by the book. The book came from the consent decree that came from the government. The government is the one who said that they can do that. So you're not going to change anything here. We're not going to make a big deal out of this. It is what it is." And that's how he ended it. You're not going to change anything. I'm not investigating it. No. It was done properly.
Joe said we cut out. You see that?
I don't know what's going on.
Anybody out there, if you're in the comment section, let us know if you can.
Yeah, say it nicely so you don't get thrown off.
The Addams Family deal might have got us kicked off.
I forgot about that. It's different words, though. Tammy says yes.
Can you hear me? So here's the thing. Let us know if you can still hear us. Sorry, we're good. We're good. Here's the thing. What the hell did people say when the guy met him at the door started throwing fists?
Nothing.
They didn't say shit.
Johnny says he sees us with no sound.
Yeah. Got to put your earpieces in, John. Just
He
like
got-
racing.
He got to turn up the volume.
Turn up the volume. Yeah. But what are they saying about that? You know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You know, that saying comes into effect when
Right.
a cop walks in and you start throwing punches first. That's you're getting out for assaulting an officer. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't even. I know Tommy's husband's a retired cop. I don't even know if you have to hit him. If you swing at an officer, I think that's enough, isn't it, Doug?
I believe so.
If you swing, attempt
Just
physical
because,
force or
yeah,
threat,
just because you missed doesn't mean okay, you can do it again.
right?
So
Attempted physical force or threat. I believe that's enough. But when you come swinging at an officer, what the hell you think's going to happen? You know, what would be going through some stupid guy's mind? Now, I used to be an asshole. I used to like to fight in my younger days. But when the police showed up,
like last weekend,
I was an asshole. But when the police showed up, dude, you're not going to win.
right.
You're not going to win. You know what I mean? And back in the day, I'm going to tell you, back in the day, Sandusky police, it could be a long ride over to the station, dude. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you know, there wasn't cameras and shit. And you know, your face might not have been marked up, but I guarantee you when you went home, your ribs were going to hurt and everything else. You know, they let you know, and rightfully so. I'll be honest with you. I've had, you know, night sticks a couple times in my ribs and different things, but it ain't ever happened where I didn't deserve it, though. You know.
Well, I'm sure the police chief could have said it a little better, but I'm glad that he stood the ground and said it. I don't care what you guys say or think of it. It is what it is, and
you come swinging at a cop, you're gonna get it.
Right.
I mean, it's, and this is what I mean. Not once was there an outcry about that guy swinging on a cop when he come through the door, was there? No. He went from being a complete idiot to a victim. Isn't that some shit?
Yeah.
He went from everybody wanting him out of the bar to a victim.
I will tell you that it was black and white cop. And of course the NAACP and all that down here, they understand it to a degree, but he shouldn't have been hitting them in the face. Well, what do you want him to hit?
He shouldn't have swung at him.
True.
When you know, let's go off on this for a minute, okay? And Facebook, you can censor this all you want, but let's be truthful for once. Facebook, let's look at both sides.
It's metaverse. It
doesn't matter what color you are. When's the NAACP and Black Lives Matter not going to take a look and walk up to the dude that's sitting in jail right now and say, dude, why'd you swing at the police when they come walking in?
Right.
You know what I mean? The guy come walking in, he started swinging. What do you think how do you want us? And I want, you know, I'd have more respect for them if they'd say, how do you expect us to stand up for you when you're swinging at the dude when he walks in? You know?
Cop should be beating up on his knees.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. You swing, it's on. I mean, you know, we can't ask the police not to protect themselves. It's just that plain and simple, you know. So it's a bunch of bullshit, and I'm sick of it, you know. And trust me, I've not always been friends on that side of it, but I've always had respect, Doug. You know, when they pulled up, you knew because listen, two things. You're never going to outrun a radio first. Right. You know, Doug, you're never going to outrun a radio. And all that cop's got to do is say, I need help on that radio. And I guarantee you're not going to win. You know, you're just not going to win.
Right.
You know, and then you got to go to the courtroom and all that. It gets expensive. You know when I quit my bullshit, Doug?
No.
I went in front of Judge O'Brien, Sandusky. And he was pretty young then. remember a certain driver when I looked at him and said, "You're a slow learner, ain't you?"
Yeah.
Judge O'Brien looked at me and says, "You're a slow learner, aren't you?" And I just looked at him and I thought, this isn't going to go well.
Right.
And he told me, "I see you in my courtroom again for this kind of crap. You'll sit 2 weeks in jail before you even come into my courtroom. I don't care if the jail's full or not." And you know what? I walked out of there and I thought, yeah, I think I'm done doing this stupid stuff, you know. And I didn't go back. I mean, it is what it is. So,
Now, how long is this? This is a long one.
what do you want to get to? There's a couple things we want to get to tonight.
Like what? Like a bridge fell down?
The bridge fell down.
All right. You don't want me to play this then?
Which one is it?
I'm not telling you.
As long as it ain't too long, I'm tired. I might fall asleep. Debbie, bring some popcorn.
No, we don't do that. I pulled up the actual video of the fight, and then
Oh, do you?
yeah, but
let's play it.
Well,
if you can edit it.
If I can edit it, wait a minute.
Does it show him swinging?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to see it.
This
is how we roll, people. We had a whole agenda. Like DJ said after show last, I had an agenda and you took me right off it.
All right, we'll start here, I guess. And earlier we were doing things like this, and it's what, skipping or what?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it may do that.
If it skips or something, let us know and we'll cut out. We're looking at some other stuff.
All right. So
thanks, Dean. You took us right off our show platform tonight.
Yeah. For doing something nice. Now look at us.
Now we're turning it into tragedy.
Right. Let's put us down here.
Hi, Kate.
Kate is a nice person.
Protect their identities as we get answers on policies.
It's already stopped. You got to be kidding me.
It's the end of that.
It wants to load an ad now. All right.
Oh boy.
We're done with all that.
So our producer screwed up, people. All right. Let's talk about the bridge.
All right.
Bridge fell down in Pennsylvania.
Just fell down.
4 o'clock in the morning. Thank God nobody was seriously hurt. There it is, people.
Yeah. That is the bridge.
Now go back, play that again. Right here. Stay right there.
I don't know that I can stop it.
I want you guys to look at something real close. When we get to the end, where you see the bus? How the hell did it get that far?
Okay, this is drone footage. For the life of me, I cannot figure out why we're not any closer or we're doing anything. Here's where'd the bus go?
The bus is coming up.
There's the
see
bus.
The crack? Now look.
Now here's all area.
That space.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know how the bridge fell, if it fell from the other side first or if it fell from... But I do have a question about that.
Okay.
There's such a wide space between the one end and where that piece, the first piece is, where the bus.
It's almost like doubled itself.
And it slid down the hill, they said.
Yeah.
But if it went down, like they're saying, if you look from a side angle, that it's back into the bridge right there. See how far down it is?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's go on conspiracy theories.
Yeah, because I'm kind of thinking
it is
that.
Joe. That's the one that Brandon was supposed to cross. Well, Rob, they had inspections according to what the news said. They inspected that bridge and it was rated poor, wasn't it, Doug? Poor.
Yeah. Along with 3,000 other ones.
Yeah. Long story short, just about 80% of the bridges we cross in the United States are rated poor. But isn't it weird that it happens, 5 hours before the president of the United States is supposed to cross it?
Yes.
I tell you, yeah, no shit. It's how most bridge inspectors are. Well, looks good.
To me.
But you go in it, there's conspiracy theories already hitting with this bridge. Me, in the construction industry, I haven't done a lot of bridge work. I've worked on some short spans, this, that, and the other. And earlier,
what about that one in Cleveland?
Which one?
Oh, you were working next to where they were doing
I was digging the foundations for the 480 bridge. All right.
So if that one falls down, it'll
let me tell you what, Greg Miller has crossed that bridge a number of times. If there was ever a bridge that was rated poor, it was the 480 bridge. Trust me. I mean, yeah, it was bad. I mean, over Valley View and over the canal and that, it's bad. It needed replaced. But the thing of it is too, and that's where I'm going with this, Craig. What a better thing to happen for President Biden than he's chirping on his Build Back Better. He's back on that infrastructure, and he's on his way going to cross that bridge in 5 hours. It falls down 5 hours earlier, and he's trying to push this bill back on this bill to push it through again. We've already passed the infrastructure, 1.7 trillion.
Yeah.
We've already passed that part of the bill. Now, if they were really concerned, stop and hear me out on this. If they were really concerned about the bridges like they're acting now, why out of 1.7 trillion was only 550 billion earmarked for bridges and roads? Doug, that's a question. I'm not making a statement. That's a question.
I knew it was coming.
But why? That leaves 1.15 billion trillion left for all the other stupid shit, Doug. Now why? What? I don't get it. All our bridges are going to shit if you look at them, especially up, in the north. I know South's got, whatever, but in the north with salt, everything else, our bridges are going to shit with the weather and that. Why out of 1.7 trillion did they just earmark 550 billion? And the other question is what he's trying to put back in. Why is it such a big deal with infrastructure when we already passed an infrastructure bill, Doug? That's the question I got.
Because he's saying, see, what I'm doing is right. See, we passed that. I knew this was going to happen. I know what's going to happen. So you need to get the other piece of the bill, the Build Back Better.
But they had their chance to put all the money in the first one. It was supposed to go for bridges and roads.
Right.
Now, the second part of that, now he's trying to build on a bridge falling. It's just too coincidental.
Here's that bridge last September.
Right.
It does look like it's about a half mile, don't you think?
Yeah. Quarter mile, half mile. Now, here's the next question. And Tommy Hayward's on.
Yeah.
Maybe he can. A bridge that long. And you're telling me they only have 2 piers at each end? This is a long-standing span bridge?
We're still trying to figure that out.
We've not seen any side views underneath.
That's correct.
There should be more piers going up. How did it all fall? Knock the piers down and everything? I don't buy that bullshit story. I mean, a whole pier ain't going to flip over, Doug. There should be at least a couple more piers than them, holding up. If not, it's a long-standing bridge, and in my opinion, I'm not an expert. Facebook, so don't say I'm giving misinformation. I'm asking questions.
You're close.
I'm asking questions. But if it was a half-mile bridge without any, look, there's no piers that I see. And if they are, they're underneath, right?
Yeah.
So my question is this: if it's a half mile or more, a quarter mile, half mile, and it was freestanding, you'd have the arches above it. It's just. And the other thing is, we heard about it. Wasn't in the budget, yeah. We heard about it. Anybody hear about it today?
No, that's long gone. This is all old news. We just can't keep up with it. Problem that I have is we never got a close look at anything. Like Nothing. When the TV stations got there, they did not zoom in like they normally do.
They didn't take them down in and
but even from where they were at,
fly a drone down. You see a drone flying overhead.
That's what this video is. This is from the drone.
Why don't go down in by the creek and by them people over there walking around?
Right.
Why? I mean, what are they hiding? Whatever. We'll never find out. Not allowed. You're right. But Don, let me tell you something.
No, they brought them in to do that.
Right, but I'm talking news stations. You're not going to see what.
Yeah.
And don't tell me they can fly these drones. When the State Theater, the tornado hit State Theater a couple of years ago. Remember that, Doug?
Yep.
And the roof went in on the State Theater in Sandusky.
Right.
I happened to be down there, and a company that I used to work for, CRS. They were doing a cook building, had a high reach chair for demo and stuff. So I went down, went over, was with the city building inspector and them, and they brought, I can't remember what sheriff's department brought their big drone in with their big screen in the back of the car. I was there with them when they flew that drone up. We went right inside the building.
Right.
Through the roof and was looking at, I mean, I'm talking 4 feet away from the walls because what we're checking is the structure, see the cracks and if it was going to be safe till the next day, if there was a chance. Don't tell me you can't, you're right, Robbie. They do use drones to inspect a lot of that. Why aren't we seeing a side view of this? And maybe we're idiots, but it's just awful peculiar. 5 hours later,
the whole span could have just fell down at what was it, 4:30 in the morning?
Yeah,
with 6-8 vehicles on it.
That normally have
all day. Yep.
Yeah,
thousands. That's Forbes Avenue. That's a main artery.
Thank God nobody was seriously hurt, Doug. There were some people, 12, 13 people transported, but nobody was seriously hurt, thank God. But it's just something to make you think and question. And the sad part about this is we're at a point in the United States where we do question everything now.
Yeah. Before, I agree with you. Before, we would not have thought anything
We
of
wouldn't
that.
have thought twice about it. Right now, with everything, with all the lies going on and stuff, we got to sit here in a normal situation and go, what about? You know? Yeah, and here, I get that, Tommy, but that's what I'm asking. I don't see where Tommy has drove a lot of bridge piers. Trust me, he's drove a lot of piling on piers. I don't see where any piers were there. I don't believe the whole pier would flip over itself, Tommy, and that's what I'm saying. You know how far down they go with concrete and piling, and a bridge that size. You know, each pier probably's got 40 pile in it. You know, like 480 bridge had like 60 pile per pier or whatever it was. But I just don't believe this. And it's sad that we as citizens got to question everything like this. Weight limit signs.
There was one. It's 26 tons.
26-ton limit on that bridge.
Yeah.
What's that bus doing on it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I just question the whole thing, but while we're on Biden,
Yeah.
I would love to. I should have asked you this, and I forgot to pull up the video of when he was inaugurated, and right afterwards give a speech to his whole cabinet on a Zoom conference, and said if they ever disrespect anybody,
We played that. Yep.
if they ever disrespect anybody, like Trump and that, they will be fired immediately.
Right.
Anybody catch what he said to Peter Dassey?
Let me see if I can answer that. Hold on.
I want to show you.
I
Anybody catch that the other day? I don't know.
I want to show you this first. That's the weight limit on that bridge.
25 or 26?
26 ton.
It's 50,000 pounds.
Okay. What's the bus?
I don't know.
So let's blame it on the city of Pittsburgh.
Bus. Regular dump truck. Regular semi dump. Round steel body dump. Like company I work for uses, is anywhere from 32 to 33,000 pounds. 31 to 33,000. Okay, now buses are heavier than them dump trucks. Full of people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's probably under the limit, but yeah. There you go, Joe. There you go. Biden calls Peter Dassey.
Here, just listen real close. You might have to turn it up to hear it.
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a...
What a stupid son of a bitch.
Where's the goddamn outcry? Where's the media? Trump made that comment to that woman reporter where she said something. I'm surprised I didn't know it was my. He goes, I know you didn't know. You're not smart or whatever it was. And the media come down on him like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There you are, 38,000. I figured, but where's the outcry?
Right.
I mean, is that disrespect or what?
Now
he sent an apology.
he did not.
I thought they said he did.
they cleared the air, and I was just bringing it up here, but what he said is, it's nothing personal, pal. That's what he said to him. Hey, I
And
just
that's
wanted to
okay.
call you. I just wanted to call you, let you know that it's nothing personal, pal.
What do you mean it's not personal?
Let me. Hopefully, I can get this thing to work.
I mean, it's not personal. He point blank says on national TV, "What a stupid son of a bitch,"
Right.
and it's not personal. I don't know. I want to revert back to right after he went in what he told his cabinet. So now, should Biden resign?
I don't. Yeah, I don't have it.
Huh?
I don't have that clip, but yeah, he did. He told everybody that he will not tolerate that at all.
Right. What about Peter's mother?
Right.
You know, I mean, come on. I don't want to get wound up tonight, but
You don't.
here we are. Here we are. And we got other things we want to talk about, but here we are dealing with the most incompetency that we've seen ever in our administration. You know, and you got the Ukrainian president telling our president, calm down. Calm down. What? Why? He's got 100,000 troops on his border, Doug. 100,000. Knowing they can annihilate them. If they come in, it's over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's telling our president, calm down.
Right. Let me see if this will play here. I hate doing this live stuff, but we'll try it here.
Doug's OCD will kick in.
Yeah. No audio, right?
No.
Everybody would
There you
feign
are.
the vapors. Oh, the president said this. I think I know you pretty well. You're a pretty tough guy. What was your reaction initially when you heard what happened?
My reaction, Sean, was delayed because, as you can see in that clip, the Biden staff were ushering us out. They were telling us, okay, thank you, time to go. And you can see right there, people are just starting to move towards the door, myself included. It wasn't until we went to the basement and then outside and then back to the press room that somebody said, hey, did you hear what the president said about you? I said, no. What did he say? So he called you a stupid SOB. And I was thinking, I did not hear that. And I went downstairs and I opened up my phone and he did. And so my response was delayed. But Sean, and we have some news tonight. After years of clips of the president and I kind of mixing it up on the campaign trail and during the transition and here at the White House, within about an hour of that exchange, he called my cell phone and he said, it's nothing personal, pal. And we went back and forth and we were talking about just kind of moving forward. And I made sure to tell him that I'm always going to try to ask something different than what everybody else is asking. And he said, you've got to. And that's a quote from the president. So I'll keep doing it.
All right, I want to be your negotiator here. And I would like to negotiate a 20-minute sit down with you and Biden one-on-one. I think that would be, I'm a Christian. I believe in forgiveness. Okay. Did he apologize?
He cleared the air and I appreciated it. We had a nice call.
That's not an answer. Did he apologize? That doesn't sound like an apology.
He said it's nothing personal, pal.
Oh,
and I
pal.
told him that I appreciated him reaching out. Hey, Sean, the world is on the brink of like World War III right now
I get
with
it.
all this stuff going on. I appreciate that the president took a couple minutes out this evening while he was still at the desk to give me a call.
That's probably one of the more smarter things Biden's done. Some aide went up to him and say, hey, listen, this guy's going to rip you apart now.
Yes. Yep.
You got it. But it's not, hey, You know what? I'm sorry.
It's-
I shouldn't have said that.
It still wasn't an apology. He
Nothing
did say,
personal, pal. You know what
Yeah.
my response would have been if I was Peter?
call my mom.
One thing, we ain't pals.
True.
You know, don't call me pal. My name's Peter. You know,
The thing I think about all the time is that, wow, kind of blew up here. I'm a little late. Is when the president of the United States mentions you or says something to you, that's going to be pretty powerful. If he mentioned your name, you'd be gloating. Not this guy, but if a president of the United States mentioned you, that's an amazing feat.
I
And
wouldn't
here,
want this guy mentioning
no,
my
I
name.
wouldn't either. But just imagine, and he's doing it with a lot of people in court cases and stuff, saying stuff that he don't have any right talking about.
He don't. And Deborah's right. Stupid SOB calling a reporter. Right. Yeah, it is that. You know, but still, he won't mention the 13 names of them soldiers, will he?
That's true too.
Huh? He won't mention them names.
No.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Peter Dossey's no dumb guy.
No.
And I guarantee he's making it personal. He's just being correct, politically correct, and laughing it off. But I guarantee you, at night when he's home and he's sitting on his chair, couch, he's sitting there plotting. You know, you call me stupid? I'm going to make you look dumber than you can possibly even look now. And where do we go from here, people? Where do we go from here? We got the most incompetent administration that I've ever seen, ever. And here's what we do. Me and Doug were talking about this. First, it was the first part of it was the voter rights bills. Remember, Doug, back in February? Then it was the gun laws. Then it became the vaccine mandates. Gun laws and voter rights, you didn't hear no more about them. You didn't hear nothing about, you know, the Build Back Better. Then it was vaccine mandates. Then it was, we passed 1.7, let's pass the next one. And they were pushing on that. Now all of a sudden we're heard about mandates again. Now he can't get the voter rights bill pushed through. He can't get the Build Back Better, rest of that pushed through. He's trying to work on that. When's the last time we started hearing anything about the virus, Doug?
Been a while.
I mean, seriously, when's the last time he addressed the virus and the vaccine mandates and this, that, and the other? There's a common thing here. As he goes on and he gets his ass whooped on certain shit, because the courts put a stay on how many states, and the states overrode it, and he knew he was losing that battle. He moves on to the next one. When he starts losing a battle, he just drops it. He drops it, moves on. I mean, there's no fight in this guy. Period. None.
You can't fight stupidity, is that what you're saying?
There's no, I mean, he gives up. He gives up. It's like that person's in his ear saying, you know what, we kind of lost our ass on this one. Let's move on to something else.
That would be Obama.
Yeah. You know, he might. I don't know. But
so one of the rumors that's out there that I'm almost positive is not going to happen. He is not going to nominate Kamala to the Supreme Court. As much as that would probably be a great idea, it's not going to happen.
She can't even do her job as vice president.
Right.
I mean, where's she been?
Right. Well, speaking of that, the hashtag for tonight is FJH or FKH.
Hashtag FKH.
Right there. If you want to win a Big D's pizza.
You guys figure it out. Kamala Harris is our vice president.
Yeah, we're not going to give you any clues.
Yeah. Hashtag FKH.
FKH.
So, I mean, we'll get off this kick, but you stop and think. The incompetency is not over, not only at the president's office, it's, in my mind, it's probably worse at the vice president's office, Doug. And here's my thinking on this. She's young, so to speak. She still talks. Kamala Harris is young.
Yeah.
She still talks very understanding. You can understand but her incompetency is worse than his because we can blame old age on his. Am I wrong?
No.
Huh?
No.
And then you go to the drunk bitch, Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. I mean, come on. There's your top 3 in the country. Chaz Clark's with us again tonight. Chaz, whatever you do, don't say tranny.
Yeah, they could get you booted.
Yeah. Watch what you say in that room over there.
Right.
All right. I just, you can move on, whatever you want, people. Everything Biden said he was going to do, he hasn't. He hasn't done. Hasn't been able to get it done. Everything he's said his staff wouldn't do, this, that, and the other, they've done. He's done what he's told his staff not to do. And we're supposed to forget this big speech that he put out because Trump was a mean person, Doug. Remember, that was the whole reason. Mm-hmm. And then he's calling reporters stupid son of bitches. It's the biggest hypocrites ever walked the face of the United States are sitting in administration right now in Washington, D.C. They're the biggest hypocrites there is. Trump had a rally in Texas. We were watching a clip before we come on. What breaks out, Doug? Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah. Yeah, right in the middle of it.
I mean, whatever. Everywhere you go, you see stickers now, Doug. Let's go, Brandon. FJB. We need to do the ones FKH now. We need to come up. Start calling her olive oil. Let's go, olive oil. Huh? Whatever. All right. Well, you're right. And Deborah, you're right. And our little old show hit on that with the clip that we played with the interview with the former President Obama.
Got us banned from Japan.
That was the key thing that got us banned from Japan and under investigation, Facebook investigation. We didn't say it.
No, actually, Obama said it himself.
I mean, Facebook, I hope you're watching because here's the thing. You're such stupid idiots that you're throwing people off. You don't know what the hell Chaz Clark meant when he said tranny. Tell me the abbreviation of transmission. Any mechanic shop you go in, you walk in, oh, my transmission, no, my tranny screwed up. Can you take a look at it? You got transsexuals calling each other trannies. We got it in documentation of a bill that went in to be voted on by Congress and Senate and passed. Queer, the word queer. Mm-hmm. But we say it and you partake in whatever meaning you think at the moment, and you throw people out and ban them 3 days. We play a clip. Me and Doug didn't say this shit. There was a news reporter interviewing former President Obama. He said, I wouldn't want to run for a third term. I'd love to be the guy in the earpiece of the person that did go up in the window.
Yep.
Why you take our show off and we get banned in Japan, which we barely got listeners in Ohio, let alone Japan. You know, unbelievable. You people are, you know, you start talking about communism. Meta is one of the first steps of communism. And the worst part about it is, Doug, the stupid assholes that run Facebook don't realize that if socialism and communism did hit this country, they'd be the first heads they cut off. And they back in that agenda.
Right.
I don't get it. Whatever. It is what it is. Go on, Doug.
All right.
Doug stumped.
I've heard it before, so
Yeah, where is
konnichiwa.
all the
That's
Biden
Japan. That's Japanese. For hello.
Hello.
Is it Japanese for hello or goodbye?
I don't know. Evidently, we got Japanese listeners that we didn't know we had, Deborah. It's very important that we were banned from Japan.
Had listeners.
Could you imagine there's someone down in a basement in Japan going, hey, I bootlegged the C&D show in, you know? What? Really?
Those two guys, they funny.
If we were that popular and this show was that big, trust me, Tommy Hayward will laugh. I wouldn't be driving to Cleveland tomorrow morning. Trust me.
That is true. And right here, we
there
are
it is.
Blocked in Japan.
Blocked in Japan. There you are, folks. So you don't think we're lying. Whatever.
So that's funny. So we can give something away and then we can get into our next bit.
How many people? You guys make sure hashtag FKH.
Hashtag
FKH. Hey, once again, too, I want to thank Dean Henry. You know, I beginning of the show, if you missed it, he gave the pizzas that were held in reserve. People said, we gave Clyde Police Department. It's stand-up move. I want to thank him for that. The other thing, before I forget, sending prayers out to Joey Wyckoff and his family. 2 nights ago now, Doug. Yeah, yep. 2 nights.
No, yeah.
I believe, right?
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah.
They had a fire, and Joey and his better half, Lisa, and their son basically got out of the apartment building with what they're wearing and a few clothes on their back. And so, you know, we're doing over on the racing side of things, we're doing some collections for Joey and his family. I mean, it you know, when it's just cold out and that, and all your clothes and everything, you lost everything. I mean, from what I hear, there's like 4 inches ice in his living room right now because, you know, so prayers go out to them. If you guys want to help, the boy's 5 years old. Send me a private message after the show, and I'll get you clothes size for the boy and Joey and his better half there, Lisa. I got all the clothes size, shoe size, and that because they have nothing, Doug.
Right.
You know, they grabbed a couple of clothes and
it didn't start in their building.
No, it didn't start in their apartment. No, and it was like 1 a.m, I believe, 12,
right.
1 a.m, and you know, it's got to be an awful feeling to wake up with the fire alarms going off and a fireman beating on your door about ready to knock it in, saying you got to get out. You know, you don't have time to. You don't have time to
get anything. Just get out.
You got to get out. You know, thank God everybody was safe and that. Chaz, there's a GoFundMe link up on Chaz Clark's page. Chaz, if you want to put that link in here, go ahead. But you know, it sucks. tragedy like this can happen to anyone, and fortunately, it happened to someone we knew again. You know, it's a lot of tragedies happen in our racing community in the last couple of years. So, you know, yeah, there it is. I mean, thank God they got out, Doug. It's, you know, the most important thing, they got out safe. But load the picture back up.
Terrible.
I mean, I couldn't imagine, you know. So just want to put that out there before we get going. And I don't want to forget that. Sometimes I won't say something, and after the show, me and Doug will be still talking to each other.
Right. Yeah. Let's
know,
get everybody back on.
Yeah, get everybody back on. But so, like I say, Chaz, if you want to put that link up on there, or private message me, I get you in touch with Chaz and them. There's the link right there for Lisa, Joey, and Caden. You know, it's like homeless people. I say everybody's got something they can, you know, there's something. It don't matter if it's $10, $1,000, $20. You want to donate clothes, you know, the right size, everything helps. So I can't imagine, you know, a month after Christmas, all that little boy's Christmas presents are gone. Yeah. They're gone. You know, and 5 years old, I talked to Chaz a little bit. He doesn't understand. He goes, well, can we go back and get this toy? Or, you know, unfortunately, how do you do that as a father and mother? Unfortunately, it's gone. Right. You know, so heartbreaking is not a good enough word for that. But other than that, Doug, how many people got in for the drawing?
6.
Huh?
6. Anybody else want to get in?
Hashtag FKH.
FKH. Now you can put your hashtag in there and you'll see that you count.
See that we count.
Yeah.
All right. 6 of you are in for the running.
And I think 2 of those are us.
Are they?
Yeah, because I put it in there, so it would be the YouTube and the Facebook. All right, we ready? Anybody else? Last call.
Roll the dice.
Here we go. Greg Miller, you are a winner.
Greg Miller. Oh, man, it was stuck on Tommy. I thought Greg Miller won. He won before, I think.
Greg
there you
Miller's
go,
a winner.
Clyde, Ohio. Big D's Pizza.
Pizza.
Dean Henry.
Right.
Good guy. Good guy. So, all right. What's the next subject?
All right. So, how old are your grandchildren?
You're going to get me, and Aaron's watching. I want to say Bella. I want to say Bella's 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Help me out there, Aaron. Then you got Malia, who will be 5 next month, March. And you got Micah, who will be 4 in June. So she's 3. Then you got Scarlett, who's 2.
All right. So
8. Bella's 8. I knew Scarlett was 2. I'd get confused on Bella. I got 4 granddaughters.
That's awesome.
So
all going into racing.
I don't know about that, but that means all that means I got 4 bosses.
Right, in the future, bosses.
Yeah. No, they're bosses now, Doug.
So let's first talk about California. California is its own country. They have their own kind of way of doing things in a lot of different categories. And I only know that because of the company that I used to work for. We had to, like the rest of the U.S. would do this, but California would be different. We would have to change things for them. So, and the reason I bring this up is because I know there's states that are just sitting back watching to see how this is going to play out. and then it's going to roll right across the U.S. So when your child turns 12, they may consent to the vaccine in the school. You don't have any say once they are 12 years old and they are in school. And there's the Senate bill 866 California, and it's introduced by Senator Weiner and Pan.
What a name.
Weiner and Pan. Those two
Weiner
go
and
together.
Pan.
Yes.
Why can't Pan be first? Pan Weiner.
Because you get a wiener first, you put it in a pan.
Is that okay?
Way down the wrong road here. So you lose all control at 12 years old for the purpose of vaccinations. It's up to the child. If they want to get vaccinated in school, they are more than welcome to do that.
Without parental consent.
Correct, without parental consent. And remember, these schools are a bit crafty, so they have a way of like, I'll give you a piece of pizza if you get the vaccine. All right. That's all I got to do. That's funny.
So, what you're saying is, yeah, me too, Greg. You know, me too. Once again, let's stop right here for a second. So, what you're saying at 12 years old, then if my daughter or son falls and cuts their arm, they go to the hospital and get stitches with school permit. No, they're going to call you, and you have to come.
Yes,
and you have to give consent for that doctor to give your kid stitches. Correct. But something of this, with a lot of debate behind it across the whole United States, you have no say. Your kid has say.
Correct.
And that's for private schools too.
Yeah, this is everything. That at 12 years old, when they go to school, they have the right, when they're asked, to take the vaccine or not. So they've got full control at 12.
Is California? I mean,
I'm going to tell you that I know there's states just sitting here waiting on this and seeing how this was introduced January 20th. So,
and Cal's right. That's where I'm going with that, Cal. That's exactly where I'm going with this. Is when, you know, whether, listen, let's put one thing to rest right now. At 12 years old, that's not always true, Deborah. And I'm not going to get in a huge debate on that part because I've been through that battle. You know, from the time my son was 6 months old to the time he graduated, it cost me over $90,000, not in child support. It was like 88,000 some of back and forth in courts for visitation, everything else. And it wasn't until my son was 16 years old, which was 6 years ago, that the magistrate brought him in to hear his side of it. And then we were told in the Erie County courts, they will make a judgment off of what the boy says. He doesn't just get to go live with dad because he said he wants to. And the reason is, and I don't want to get too far off here, the reason is because they were doing that, Deborah. They were doing that at one point. But what happened is family court started seeing them kids circling back into family court because, you know,
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree,
you're
Joe.
probably gonna see you later, Joe. But you know, the thing is, this is it, and I get that. The point is they have to go through a court system to do that. But they go to school at 12 years old and say, I want the shot without any parental consent or any court consent or anything. It's wrong. It's completely wrong. And let's take the vaccine debate out, whether you're against it, you're for it, don't care, whatever. Take that completely out of the picture, Doug. Take the debate, whether you're against or for, out of the picture. The debate here should be about control. And the problem you're seeing out in California, it seems a lot of the schools are coming out, giving us plenty of stuff to go off of, is if you're living in California, Doug, you're losing so much parental control over your kid, it ain't even funny. And other things that they're doing too in the schools. Across the whole United States, a lot of the school boards are taking power from the parents, but this is wrong in every fashion. This is wrong in every fashion. You know, it's not right. Is there lawsuits hitting over this yet?
No, not that I know of. I haven't seen anything.
I just wait for California to fall in on one of the earthquakes. Would we, you know, I wouldn't want nobody to die or nothing, Doug. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say it like somebody, but you know, if everybody walked over to the border and went to the next state, wherever they were bordering, and California fell into the ocean, would we miss it?
Probably not.
I mean, no, our life in the United States would be a lot easier because they keep doing dumb shit like this.
Right.
Then we gotta, you know.
They can be an island.
So at 12 years old, you go into class. And let me tell you, the school boards and the teachers and the agendas that are going to be set forth. At 12 years old, they go into class, and you're absolutely right. Well, kids, guess what? We're going to have a class trip to Disneyland, because Disneyland is in California, not Disney World's in Florida.
Right.
And guess what? You have to be vaccinated to go to Disneyland on this class trip. And if you're not vaccinated, though, we can, you know, it doesn't matter what your parents say. We can take you over here to the nurse's station, and if you give us consent, we can vaccinate you, and you can go to Disneyland. Now, 12 years old, what are you going to do, Doug? Okay.
Right. We're going on a field trip, but you got to be vaccinated.
Yeah, I don't want to miss Disneyland. What a bunch of bullshit. You know, our schools, our school systems, need an enema. No other way to describe it. When did we lose control? Oh, wow, that's different. You know, they'll go after the parents then, Cal. They'll go right after the parents.
Yeah, they'll walk right by children's services. Will walk right by you and go, you guys all need to leave this house. Your
That's
parents
exactly
are bad.
what we had a thing up where, you know, once again, we're getting into lesbian, gays, LGBTQB, ABC.
Right. Yeah, it's a long
group.
Hold on,
You know, there's like 10 letters now. It just keeps adding on. And, you know, transsexual's one, but we don't want to dare call it tranny because we'll get in trouble. But yeah, you know, but they had a girl in a month and a half ago. We played that. We were on that one. And it's about 5-6 weeks ago. And they took this girl to an after school, and the parents didn't know, and the parent found out. It blew up. And what do? They call and say that the parents weren't letting the kid make their own decision, this and that. And the children's service went right in the house by the parents, asked the kids. Never said a word to the parents, asked kids, would you like to stay or leave?
Right. And
is this what's going to happen? You know, if I'm in California and my kid comes home at 12, 13 years old, whether I'm for or against the vaccine, Doug, whether either side and says, well, I got vaccinated today. What do you mean you got vaccinated today? But yeah, school said it's my decision, ain't yours.
Yeah, they gave me pizza too.
Yeah, and I'm going to Disneyland. You know, I mean,
The Bengals are.
yeah, hey, Ed, you know, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a serious problem. And if people can't see that this is a control thing, they want control when it benefits them. But when something goes awry and that kid starts acting up, you bet your ass they're going to knock on your door and take you in and ask you questions. And I can tell you my answer is, well, you're the one that give them all these rights. And, you know.
Well, do you think a 12-year-old is smart enough to know, you know what, that's not good for me because I take this medication or I have this issue?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, I hate to keep reverting to it. A few years ago, 14 and 16-year-olds were eating Tide Pods.
Right.
And that's a joke, but it's not. They were eating Tide Pods, wondering why they're getting sick. Well,
they are shaping your future with voting now.
And now, you know, now you're telling a 12-year-old that to make a medical decision that they have no clue about.
Right.
And I'm not being mean. At 12 years old, I don't think they have the learning capacity to even research what's about to go in their arm.
Well, think about it. A 12-year-old would know their last year or so history of medical. They don't know what shots they received, what boosters they have, what surgeries they had when they were 3 years old.
Some of them ain't even going to know what allergies they have, Doug.
Right. Yeah. So,
you know,
12 years old, that's the new,
so here's my next question. Okay, let's say this goes on, which evidently it's gonna. A 12-year-old, 13-year-old makes that decision without parental consent, and there is a problem. You know, that the kid didn't know about. They have a bad reaction, messes them up bad. They're in a hospital, or worst case, God forbid this ever happen, death happens because of a reaction from this. Who's responsible? Who's responsible?
I don't think.
Now, what's the school going to say? That kid's made that decision on their own. You know what? Who's responsible?
Well, the bill kind of protects them now.
But what I'm saying is that if that kid brings a gun to school at 12 years old, starts firing off the gun, they go right to the parents. Am I wrong?
Dang it, you brought that
Where'd
up
this
too.
kid get the gun? Where'd this kid get the gun? And you're going in getting, you know, you're going in getting, you're in trouble. But yet they want to say at 12 years old now, you don't have to have parental consent at this school to get the vaccine.
So technically the school's covered by this law. If the kid says yes, then they can give it. I don't know where it goes beyond that. The government, you have to sue the government.
Is the administration in California, all the politicians, did they go to the school of Biden to be a politician? I mean,
I don't know.
Where's I don't get it. I don't get how you could, and this goes with 16 and up voting, Doug. So you're saying that kid has, and hear me out on this, because I'm going to talk in my terms and my understanding, not political or doctors. You're saying that kid has the right to decide what it can go into its body, a vaccine, with not really knowing a whole lot about poor kid's medical background and that at 12 years old.
Correct.
But it still has the right to make that decision without parental consent.
Correct.
But that kid still can't buy a pack of cigarettes or drink a beer
Or shoot a gun.
or shoot a gun or buy a gun. So we're picking and choosing what we think our kids have the concept of smartness.
Okay, so the elephant in the house. They're pushing the vaccine, and they're going to find a way to get everybody vaccinated. Remember the Bilderberg group?
They're pushing it the wrong way.
Well, remember, look, they're making laws
When listen,
tailored around the vaccine.
they're making laws, and let me tell you something. There comes a time and point when we as citizens, I don't know if I don't think it'll ever happen, when we got to stand up and say enough's enough.
We can't get that to happen.
It's
Canada
no.
can.
Yeah.
Canada. They remember when we were going to have the big trucking stoppage or slowdown or whatever. What happened?
Well, the government come out and said, quote unquote, if you block our highways and protest on do this, and you block our highways and that, you can be arrested for a felony. Black Lives Matter can shut fucking bridges down across the whole fucking United States, major highways, tear towns up, burn them to the fucking ground, and we call it a protest. It's their legal right. Truck drivers wanted to stop in a protest, and we're going to arrest them for felonies. Let that fucking sink in.
But Canada was able to pull it off.
Yeah, how many trucks did it?
They said there was, at least one report I heard, 34 miles of trucks. Thousands and thousands of trucks.
Y'all want to know? Y'all want to know why? Listen, I was at Walmart in Sandusky today. The meat shelves, they're bare, Doug. They're bare. Meat shelves are bare. Norwalk, buddy of mine, Doug Cantley, meat shelves are bare. You know, you're seeing pictures. My buddy Greg Daniels down in Georgia, meat shelves are bare. The shelves are bare. You know, you want to know why? Because truck drivers are being mandated to get the vaccine.
Right.
So they're quitting.
When they come in contact with maybe 3 or 4 people a day, you know, opening the door, there you go. Yeah. They live in their trucks.
This is how dumb of a country we've become. This is how stupid of a country we've become. We have a nurse shortage and a pandemic that flared back up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do? We mandate the nurses get a shot or lose their jobs. Right in the middle when it's flaring back up. Now, y'all can say what you want to say. You heard DJ say it last week. The Ohio overrode the mandates, except for were federal money or federal properties involved. Every hospital receives Medicare payments, every nursing home Medicare payments, and the whole 9 yards. They can't override that.
I sent you something, I think it was Friday, Cleveland Clinic.
Yeah, how many nurses walked off?
They were escorted off property, 751.
Cleveland's in a bad situation right now in their hospitals with COVID and everything else. So they escort 700 nurses off the property.
Yeah.
Now we're fucking with the truck drivers too, Doug. So the medicine that the hospital needs, guess how that gets there, Doug?
Right.
You know, the oxygen that's taken in the hospital, the surgical tools, everything that goes into a fucking hospital, guess where it comes from? Comes right off a truck. Everything that goes into your grocery stores, guess where it comes from? Right off a truck from a truck driver. You know, the gas that you pump in your car comes right off a truck from a truck driver. This is getting out of hand.
I know I sent you that, and it said 751, but I can't find it now.
Yeah, you did. I remember. Yeah, you're right, Cal. You're right. Ohio got so bad with the medical card that Ohio dropped that medical card if you're in state. As long as you're local, they considered it. But it's catching up with them with this mandate now. You know. Yeah, and you know, the problem is our founding fathers are rolling over big time in the graves.
Let me answer this. Ed, we talked about that at the beginning of the show. The
What?
bridge. The bridge.
Oh yeah, the bridge.
The big bridge. Just fell down.
Fell down.
Nothing to see here.
5 hours before Biden. We showed a few pictures and nothing up close. No, you're all right, Ed. Nothing
to
up
see.
close. No side views or nothing. 5 hours before Biden was going to give a speech about infrastructure money that bill passed already. 1.7 trillion.
Right.
Only 550 billions for highways and bridges.
I think it just fell down.
Yeah. It was smoking a cigarette like me at 4 a.m. Said, you know what?
These people are on my back all the time.
I'm sick of these assholes riding over top of me. Boom. There. How do you like me now?
There you go. I got myself a bus and some cars.
Yeah. How do you people feel? I'm at the bottom now. Find another bridge.
Yeah. Don't be sorry, Ed. Just want to let you know. So when we're done, you can just go to the top.
We have a conspiracy theory.
We do a cat hat.
You like that cat hat?
All right, let me do one more thing here while we're chatting. So, new year, new everything. So, as you heard, or did you hear?
Me. No,
new me that you're getting close.
Yeah.
Minnie Mouse. She's going Hillary on us. So they have changed her dress. She's not wearing a dress now. She's wearing a pantsuit. So the one on the right is her now. They're keeping up with the times. This was too revealing. This one on the left.
Well, she's dressed in blue too. Oh God, Chaz, don't make no comments. You get 3 days. So is this transgender Minnie Mouse?
No. This is still Minnie Mouse. Is it Minnie? Is that her name?
I don't know what we call her now. We call her the mouse.
Mouse. So here's Mouse. Mouse now has a pantsuit on. Don't she look cute?
Why? What's the reason?
I just told you. Keeping up with the times.
No, there has to be a legit reason why they changed.
They did. Now, I will tell you on this one that they say that's only supposed to be on her through the month of March. And then they're going to go back to the polka dotted dress. But I don't know. Isn't she a cutie? You like her? Let's see more of her.
Cal says Kamala White House outfit.
Here goes another one. we will have no viewers left. This is what's happening. So what about the green?
That Minnie Mouse ain't got hooker boots on and a short mini skirt with boobs hanging out, Cal. That's Kamala's dress back in the day. That's too much clothing for Kamala.
Wow. What about the green M&M?
What are they doing with the green M&M now?
they changed her outfit, and this one is real, and this one is staying because they took her boots off and gave her tennis shoes. They changed her pose because it was too slutty. Basically, the green M&M was just way too slutty. So there's the new one. You like it? You just can't take it anymore.
But
this is all
if
this
you
week.
go, hey, if you go on Grand Theft Auto and play that game,
yeah,
they got actual hookers on the street and shit, and that's okay.
Right. Because your 12-year-old who's able to get his own vaccine can play Grand Theft Auto and get hookers and shoot people. But by gosh, this is too much for a 12-year-old. Look at her.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but put it back up. I'm gonna eat a green M&M. I'm eating the green on the left because I don't know if the green on the right's a male, female.
you are right about that.
Or, you know,
it does.
Lord forbid I eat the one on the right. I might eat a transsexual and be accused of racism.
Well, you got to say the same with this one.
Yeah, well, I'm not eating Minnie Mouse. You know, I'm not even going to go there. It's a fucking joke, right?
No, those are both true. Those are both happening. They both came out this week. Minnie Mouse or whatever her name is, she's supposed to only be in that pantsuit till the end of March.
Well, what's that representing? Did they say?
Women.
Women.
Working women.
Working women.
Mm-hmm.
Well, seeing how we're putting kids at 12 years old to make their own decisions, getting shots or not, you know, they might as well put them to work, right? Who the hell? I mean, what kid? Okay, my granddaughter's ages, even Bella that's 8. What kid's watching Mickey Mouse and sees Minnie come on and saying, Mom, you know, she's wearing a dress and, you know, she's a working woman in today's world. And why do they got a dress on her? She should be working. What person's actually thinking that? What person? Just like the green M&M. Are you serious? I'll get a warning probably. Yeah, it's a transmission. Yeah, Chad's gonna push it now. Right. Chad's gonna push it, but
yeah, they're gonna be like they were not talking about transmissions.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Roger Rabbit will be the next one. But Jessica looks too much like a whore. Miss Harris says the vice president's offended because that looks bad on her old profession. Unbelievable. But yet Grand Theft Auto and these shows can play. You know, these kids can play these video games, and we don't hear anything out of that. But now they're going after the green M&M. What's next? We're going to have all gray M&Ms? Because Lord forbid, we got a chocolate M&M and you guys are eating the chocolate more than the other ones. That's offensive, and we're going to protest over this. So we're going to have gray M&Ms.
You whites are eating too many chocolate M&Ms.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You racist bastards.
Oh boy.
See, I can't believe that we're this far into the.
And we're talking about the fucking M&M.
We have a pandemic that's flared out of control. Again, we have a president that tells the governors, well, I have no solution. Didn't really realize this was going to happen. Have no solution. You got to do what you got to do. Goes Delaware to the beach house and hides in the basement.
Right. Right.
We got a border crisis. How many, they said, in the last 3 months, more people crossed the southern border than the whole 4 years that Trump was in office. You believe that? So we got Ukraine going on, the situation in Ukraine, where the Ukrainian president, who has over 100,000 Russian troops on its border, fully armed with tanks, everything, telling our president, calm down. Telling our president, calm down. We got, the China crisis, China, Russia, and Iran doing naval exercises together. China sitting there waiting to see what's going to happen with the whole Russian situation, because the minute that happens, you can bet your ass Taiwan will be under Chinese control. And we're worried about green fucking M&Ms. We're worried about green M&Ms. There's about something big about to happen, because every time they flare up with a cartoon character,
The cancel culture,
a cartoon character, or shit like this, something big happens. Something like this happens. It's, yeah. I'm about ready to start puffing on the magic dragon myself again.
All right, that's all I got.
That's all you got? Anybody got anything in the chat room? Yeah. What are they doing? Chad's right. I'd like to know what they're doing with peanut M&Ms.
That says S&M.
S&M?
Don't you know what the green S&M?
Oh, that's awesome. Oh.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Let me just throw this out there. And believe me, I don't know. I didn't know anything about this until just 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Believe me. What does an upside down pineapple represent?
I don't know.
I was just talking to somebody and they said, "Oh, they're upside down pineapples," and I'm like,
"What's it represent?"
I'm just waiting to see if somebody knows it in here.
We're still on the M&M, green M&M.
Yeah, I see that.
See, now listen. When I get M&Ms now, I'll pick the greens off, throw them aside because of that picture. What are you doing? I'm just trying to do my part. That might be a transsexual M&M, and I don't want nothing to do with it.
Right.
I don't want to offend anybody.
When we seen the picture, we weren't sure.
Swinger, that's the green
Tommy,
one.
You're
Swingers.
Right. No.
That's the upside. Right. Green one.
That's the upside down pineapple. You're right.
How the hell would you know that, Tommy? Something you and Jim ain't telling me? Are you shitting? An upside down pineapple.
I just found that out. Yeah.
It's a Florida swinger thing. Really, Greg? You go to Florida a lot too. Huh? I mean, are you serious? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. But since we were talking about the green M&M.
So what do? Leave in Florida? They leave a pineapple out on their step or something? It's upside down?
You're absolutely right, yeah.
Are you shitting me?
No, it happens, and that's what it is. And that's how they signify. Or wear something. But it's up here too. Because somebody said, they're upside down pineapples.
I had an upside down pineapple on my porch, but snow covered it. You missed your opportunity, buddy.
All right. So don't drop a pineapple and it turn upside down. You have people at your house.
You know what I'm going to do when I go to the grocery store the next time, right?
Turn them all upside down.
Walk around a grocery store with an upside down pineapple in my cart.
Just, how do you like my pineapple?
What are you doing, trolling?
See what I can catch.
Pineapple, it's upside down.
Seeing what I can catch out here.
Seeing what I can catch, man. I'm just out fishing. Are you shitting me? I never knew that.
I didn't either. It was news.
You know, I'm gonna ask when I get off here. Our co-host, our co-producer.
our executive producer.
Wait till we get. Well, I don't want to go off air yet. I'm gonna text her and she. Why are you texting me? I'm gonna ask her if she knows what an upside down pineapple. Oh my gosh, what kind of people you hang around with? Better yet, how's Tommy Moore and Jim and Greg?
All about this.
Oh, so they wear shirts with upside down pineapples?
Mm-hmm. Anything to signify.
Oh my, yeah, watch. That'd be my luck, Cal. I'd be in a grocery store and some little old lady come up.
Right.
I know what that means. You ready? What? I don't know what you're talking about, lady. Holy shit.
Did my pineapple fall over?
Yeah. What's it mean when it's laying on its side?
God, I don't know.
So if we cut the top off the pineapple, we cut both ends so they equally look alike. Is that a transgender pineapple?
I'm going to say you're probably hitting it right.
Huh?
You're probably hitting it right, yeah.
So it's a tranny pineapple.
Right.
I get away with it, Chaz. You don't. It started in a huge retirement community in Florida. Doug, doesn't Greg go to some community in Florida?
Oh, yeah, he's a member there. Got to go down every year. Twice a year.
All right. My God, I learned something tonight. I learned something that's kind of funny instead. Well, I learned about the 12-year-olds. That pisses me off. But
you'll be able to sleep tonight because you learned something that you can go to work and talk about tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tommy Hayward, I'm going to hang an upside-down pineapple from the crane tomorrow. Zip tie it right to the
in Cleveland, of all places.
In Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till you see what you get.
Yeah, who knows what that'll try. I'll cut both ends off and hang it from the crane. What are you doing? Just seeing who's around. You know. Oh my God, people. All right. So here's the deal. We'll cut the show off. Keep an eye on the California thing. It's something I didn't know till Doug brought it up. Law passed, right, Doug? It's passed.
I know it was. Yeah, I know it was introduced. And let me see where it's at. It was introduced, read for the first time on January 20th. So we'll see what happens.
Tommy, my boss will know what it means. So if you're 12 years old or older in California, you do not have do not have to have parental consent to say yes to the vaccine.
If you are 12 years old,
right,
currently or today, older, you don't have the right. However, in a few days, you probably will in California.
Right, that's what they're trying to push through.
And then
doesn't matter what your parents say.
Right,
doesn't matter.
Those young men and women can decide on their own.
Right. Right. The bridge fell in Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania.
Just fell.
5 hours before the president was supposed to be there. Talk about Build Back Better.
The president offended somebody's mom.
Yeah, I was in Walmart. I told you this story. I was in Walmart. And I was looking at shoes for some reason. I wanted to see if they... And this guy's pissed off. And he's got his phone, and I think he's talking, you know. And all I hear him say is, Biden's inflation. And I looked at him and I go, boy, you hit it right on the head. This dude went off. He goes, yeah, much better country we're living in right now, isn't it? Look at the cost of everything. You can't. And this dude's flipping out in Walmart. I'm going, yep. I was kind of provoking him, man. He was getting louder. I'm a damn truck driver. And
oh, wow. You should have him come on.
he's I'm sick of this shit. And I can't even remember what he said. He goes, 4 weeks ago cost this. Now I come in here and it costs how the hell,
Yeah.
But everybody around here, you just sit home and collect the government money, and you come out here and it don't matter what it costs because they're paying for it. I'm like, oh boy.
Friday I went to McDonald's for 2 chocolate shakes.
Good luck.
Medium.
$8.
$7.45.
I ran up to Wendy's for Friday for my boss and 2 of the other guys that wanted something to eat. They got the number 1, a double with medium fries, medium pop. $33.
Jesus.
How's it working? You people, probably nobody in here, but everybody that voted for Biden, it was going to be so much better. How's that working? I've been tracking my gas. I've been going through anywhere from 48 to 54 gallons a week in that range. Okay, working in Cleveland. It cost me $80, right around $80, $70 extra right now than it did a couple of years ago, Doug. A week.
Wow.
But things are better. Like I said, go to your local grocery store right now. The Walmarts around here, I wasn't in Kroger's the last couple of weeks, so I can't talk about them, but the Walmarts around here, I see pictures down in Georgia, down around Valdosta, Bemis, out that way, the Walmart out there. The meat sections are getting bare, then. They're bare. It ain't because somebody come in and bum rushed it today because we got a storm coming. This is every day.
Right.
Fuel price is going to be going up. We're running short on car parts again, Doug. Tire costs are going up. I'm going to tell you people right now, if you need tires for your cars, the street tires or whatever, you better go get them now because they're going up. Racing tires have went up through the roof. Racing fuels went up through the roof. It's a lot better though, Doug.
It sure is.
A lot better.
Let me play this one for
your electric bill. Look at your electric bills right now. Look at your gas bills. Natural gas bills, your heating bills, going up through the roof.
Let me play this.
Instead of build back better, like they say, leave it back what it was. All right.
Let me play this. This is the governor of West Virginia, Jim Justice.
I want to tell y'all just this, and I mean this. I told you a second ago, easy, baby. Don't go, you're hung up in my jacket. I wanted to tell you just this. I told you a few minutes ago, I'm your proudest fraud. Absolutely too many people doubted us. They never believed in West Virginia. They never believed in West Virginia that we could do it. They never believed that the Nucors or the Green Power or Owens and Minor, they never believed they'd be here. They told every bad joke in the world about us. And so from that standpoint, Baby Dog tells Bette Midler and all those out there, kiss her honey.
That's great. I love that. That's a good one. And Dean Henry, my food costs went up 33% in his restaurant. Now, here's the problem. I want to get off here real quick. That was great, man. I love that governor doing that. But here's the problem. Oh, yeah, Tommy. But they give you a 6% raise. But they just took it back right there on the cost that they raised. talking about that a while ago, but your food bills, go back on what you were paying even 4 months ago at the grocery store every week. People with families. Now go look. You know, Debbie was getting mad at me a month ago, Doug. I go to the grocery store, come, why are you spending it? I bought nothing extra, you know. Then she started doing it. And the bills just every week, it seems, climbing. Now, Dean Henry owns Big D's Pizza, who we brag about on here. 33% hike. Now, when that pizza, and here's the problem. You'll go there, and let's just say, I don't know what, you know, a large pizza, let's say large 2-item costs $12, $13 or whatever. Now, in a couple weeks, that same pizza is going to cost you $15, $16. You know, he's got to hike it too. He can't eat it or he closes. You'll bitch about that. Son of a bitch, he upped his price, you know, $3. This bullshit. But yet, the number one meal at McDonald's that cost you $6, $7 a year ago is now $10 that. You'll keep driving through there and supporting corporate America as they keep jacking you. But you won't support the local restaurants who don't get the breaks that McDonald's and them are getting. Trust me, Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, they order so much food, Doug, they don't get a 33. Where Dean got a 33 being local, they might get a 10%.
Right.
But they're going to double the cost at 10%, charge you 20%. You don't say a word. You bitch about it as you order. But you'll take a local restaurant like Big D's and that, and you'll bitch about $2 increase, and he ain't making no money off that, Doug. He's covering his costs. And guess what else? He's paying employees a little bit more money than what he paid 2 years ago. So they'll show up to work. And still praying to God they show, because guess what? They don't care.
Right.
You know, support your locals. They're getting hit hard with every single thing that's going on. Like he said, 33%. They're getting smacked right in the face. They're not getting reach arounds. They're not even getting okay while it's happening, Doug. They're not getting a reach around, nothing. They're just getting jammed. Support your locals. $33 for them 3 meals. And you're going to bitch at your local restaurants and your local places like Big D's Pizza and that. They got to jack their price up a couple bucks just to cover the cost. He's not making no extra profit. He's covering his costs. You're going to bitch about that? Think about what you're doing and bitching about before you do it. You're paying more because that restaurant and that local business has to pay more. It's all your locals, your small people that are absorbing the bullshit costs from the Biden administration. Trust me. Walmart. I hate going into Walmart, Doug. You know what they did in Sandusky? They took out 60% of the checkout where the woman check you out or guy check you out. And put in self checkouts. And you all walk up to them self checkouts. I'll wait in line. And Debbie gets pissed. I'll wait in line a half hour to walk up through and have somebody scan my shit before I go to that self checkout. All you're doing is taking a job from somebody. That's all you're doing. Do you get a discount for scanning your own shit? Do you get a discount for scanning your own shit, bagging your own shit? And no, price doesn't go down. You don't get 10%. Support your locals. You want to make it through this shit? Support your local people. Instead of going to McDonald's, go to Big D's or go to one of these other places, Star Diner or somewhere like that, and order your food. Berardi's in Sandusky. Go to these places and order your food. Trust me, it's a hell of a lot better food than what you're going to get at the other places. And at the end of the day, when you go to Berardi's and order the same meals, it's about the same cost, Doug. You're going to be spending $30, $40 anyways. That's all I got. Should I shut up now?
Yeah.
They all got self-checkouts. Tommy Hayward, the Sheets on Vine Avenue up there, not the Sheets, Circle K up on Vine Street. It's self-checkout, Doug. A gas station. You know. Yeah, you're right. This is what went in. You're right. Yeah, well, you know what? There you go. Help yourself. Check out yourself. Sir, did you check all that up? I didn't know I was supposed to check it all out. You said check out myself. I give a discount. There you go.
Right, yeah. I decided to give myself a discount.
Yep. 100%. Since I got to check myself out, I gave myself a discount. All right, people. Thanks for watching. If you missed last week's show and the week before, we had Mark Paquita on 2 weeks ago, running for United States Senate. Last week, we had DJ Swearingen on, our Ohio State representative for Erie County and Ottawa. Very interesting. Talked about the redistricting. Eric Holder and Obama, you got to look into that. They're the ones going to state trying to file redistricting. Very good conversation with him last week. Check them shows out. Be safe, everybody. Thanks for watching. Anything else, Doug?
That's all I have.
Support your local businesses. Screw the big chains. Support your local. God bless you guys. God bless America.
Be careful on the bridges.
Be careful on the bridges. If Biden's going across the bridge and you know he is, stay the hell away from it.
Right. It could fall down.
Later.